Andre Corbeil.
That's right.
This is Petey Williams' definition of Maple Leaf Muscle, and I need you to subscribe to Andre Corbeil on YouTube.
We got the hardcore legend, an icon in this industry, none other than Mick Foley.
DDP better put some damn clothes on or I'll whoop his ass. And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
AKA formerly Brodus Clay the Funkasaurus, and you do know that.
We'll see you at the matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube subscribers, One Wrestling fans tuning in worldwide, my name's Andre Corbeil, your official Impact Wrestling, OneWrestling.com reporter here at the home of the legend, the icon, the one and only Bill Apter. It's November 5th, it's 2014, it's time for your TNA Impact One Wrestling report, as TNA came to us from Bethlehem, PA, as we kicked off the show with Bobby Roode in the ring, as he cut a thank you promo with Kurt Angle looking on, but he was cut off by Team Lashley, as MVP claims that Lashley wouldn't have even won the title if he hadn't blown out his knee, and demands a title shot tonight, a title shot that he gets, as Kurt Angle, what does he do? He plants the seed of dissension, which was obviously much by the disapproval of Bobby Lashley, but I'm going to digress at this point and remind fans to get TNA one night only, Knockouts Knockdown, this Friday on pay-per-view, and support Total Nonstop Action Wrestling pay-per-views. Now we roll into the TNA Tag Team Tournament Finals, as Samoa Joe and Lowki took on Matt and Jeff Hardy for the #1 contendership, and a shot at the Wolves, in a good match that saw lots of back-and-forth action here from both teams, with an offensive edge basically going to Joe and Lowki here in this match, but still it wasn't enough, as the Hardys are the ones that go over here, as Matt Hardy gets the pin and the win, and the Hardys are the #1 contenders for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, who will face the Wolves. We then had Sam Shaw with his new fling, Brittany, a Brittany who I expect to lead Samuel to a new level of sadistic and violence. Yes, as she bashes Christy Hemme for not appreciating him the way she can, as she licks his face. As they start making out in the ring, this brought out an angry Gunner who calls them both creepy bastards, not once, but twice, and leading them to basically going toe-to-toe until Brittany got involved, jumping on Gunner's back, leading to a low blow from Samuel Shaw, laying out the big man, and all to have Brittany basically pass Samuel the leather gloves as he locks in the psychotic dream sleeper, and this creepy couple stroll off into the night with the damage done. We then rolled into MVP and Kurt Angle backstage, as MVP tells Angle, "You may think it's all about you, but it's really all about me," as Kurt Angle replies, "I see that, and so did everyone else in the building earlier tonight." We then roll into our Hardcore Rules tag team match, as Bram and Magnus, the new school, versus Tommy Dreamer and Devon, the old school. And for those who doubt Tommy Dreamer's abilities, go to my Andre Corbeil YouTube channel and watch the Hardcore Tommy Dreamer match that I shot myself, as Tommy brought it for well over 20 minutes of mayhem. And mayhem was exactly what this match was, as the Young Lions pretty much dominated here, but it was to no avail, fans, as the experience comes into play, and Tommy hits a DDT out of nowhere, and yeah, him and Devon pull out the win. We then had Gail Kim's arrival backstage, and she was very, very amped up, very angry, talking about Havok, basically at every turn, every corner, trying to take her out and being the end of her. She also warns Havok that she's coming for her tonight, and coming for what's hers, the TNA Knockouts Championship. We then roll into an in-ring Spud promo, who basically in a nutshell catches the fans up in the loop, cutting a lion of a promo, a tiger of a promo on EC3, Dixie, and his newfound independence for that matter, all to be cut off by TYRUS, Big TYRUS, aka Brodus Clay, and Ethan Carter III, who verbally comes out and cuts him down, telling him and JB that they both owe everything to the Carters, to a chorus of boos from the Bethlehem crowd tonight. Now, Ethan Carter demands an apology to no avail, and yeah, TYRUS grabs SPUD from behind, and EC3 demands an apology again as SPUD says, "I'm sorry you're a big-nosed douchebag," and I was shocked when JB actually got involved here before getting slapped out, so good for you, JB, and wow, I was impressed as SPUD tries to fly out of nowhere in saving JB, but it was to no avail. It actually took Eric Young's arrival to save the day in a nutshell, but this was a great promo, and the face turn is here, and TNA's doing a good job in swaying the fans into being with SPUD, so to speak. As we roll into a match I was highly anticipating here, as Gail Kim faced the champion Havok, and this was a fight even before the bell, wrestling fans, right before it rang, and I gotta say something to the WWE Divas. You need to watch TNA Knockouts action. Take notes, as this is what females and female wrestling battling is supposed to look like. As Gail fought for her life here before the match even happened, while Havok dragged her up the rampway by the hair. She ended up throwing Gail off the ramp to the floor, injuring Gail furthermore, who battled here despite her already banged up wing. And all this action didn't end there. Yes, we didn't even get the match yet, like I had already said, and we came back from the break to get the match. But it didn't look like we were going to get the match, as JB announced the match would not take place due to the condition of Gail Kim, who came down the ramp, ripped the mic away from him, and basically demanded that this match happen. Now, Gail came out of the gate like John Cena here. This is how it was booked, wrestling fans. And she was smashed face first into the ring steps, very viciously, very viciously. Now, she would have gotten counted out, the 10 count, if it not for Havok stopping the 10 count from the referee and wanting to continue her assault. Now, she did exactly that until Gail exploded with a nice succession of offense, and she actually hurt Havok here for the very first time, showing the fans and the wrestlers and the talents in the back in the Knockouts division that this champion is indeed human. Now, Havok walks right into an eat defeat from Gail, but like the beast she is, she kicks out. Anyway, I gotta say this awesome match ends when Gail Kim jumps off the top rope right into the hands of Havok's massive chokeslam, equaling a 1, a 2, and a 3 win, retaining her TNA Knockouts Championship title in a great match. This was absolutely great, and I had considered it match of the night up to this point, yes, even edging out the Hardys, Samoa Joe, and Lowki. We then had a short introduction to TNA's newest superstar from India, and Ring Ka King fame as well, Mahabali Shara. Yes, as Manik looked to be working the recruit mode tonight for the Revolution, as he looked to be getting to know the young TNA upstarts. So we pan into Bobby Lashley packing his luggage and getting ready to leave on MVP, and it looked like MVP was going to be on his own, right, fans? I thought Bobby Lashley was going to come back, but I digress. Now, this was a good match. Bobby Roode, MVP, they brought it here, and it was a much faster pace than I anticipated and was expecting here, with MVP looking really good earlier on here, and I just love the man's in-ring psychology. I really do, as the champion was clearly in a lot of trouble here, as MVP was successful in cutting off any Bobby Roode offensive throughout most of this match. Now, after a few pin attempts from MVP, he decided to slow it down a little bit and still kept control for a little while longer. But when a play of the day attempt was reversed into a Roode bomb, we got a 1, we got a 2, and we got a 3, and Bobby Roode, yes, the Canadian it factor of professional wrestling, retains his TNA title. Excuse me here, fans. But like a bat out of hell, like I anticipated, the Destroyer arrives, laying out Bobby Roode with a stiff spear, and then he actually walks right by MVP, who was down on the mat, reaching up for assistance to get up. So Bobby Lashley blew him off, and it looks like Bobby Lashley's going to be on the tear, on the warpath, because they announced it next week that he's going to be on the warpath, and it looks like the greatest man who ever lived, Aries, is going to be the one to step up. So again, wrestling fans, this Friday, TNA Knockouts, one night only, knockdown pay-per-view. Now there's going to be Rebby Sky. Now if you guys want to see Rebby Sky, I know you've heard a lot about her. She's the wife of Matt Hardy, if you don't know. Veda Scott. A lot of Ring of Honor fans have gotten to see Veda Scott, and she's also wrestled for TNA on a number of occasions as well. So support the TNA one night only pay-per-views. They're reasonably priced, and that's this Friday, everybody. So you can follow me at Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, One Wrestling on Twitter, Big Ray's Show on Twitter, at Can-Am Wrestling on Twitter. You got the show. You had to change it on me, eh, Bill? You got the show. And after One Wrestling, support OneWrestling.com, support Andre Corbeil, support Big Ray, support Bill Schuyler, Billy Ray Valentine, and the OneWrestling.com family. My name's Andre Corbeil, signing off. Geez, botching up the end, everybody, because we're all in this for one thing. What's that, everybody? You know the score. You know the drill. Wrestling. Peace. And thanks for supporting the channel. Oh yes, One Wrestling video, TNA Impact Wrestling unboxing, coming very soon within the next day or two. So keep your ears on, and we'll see you at the matches, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.